Breaking news, my people. Kaduna State is on fire with jubilation. Security forces have just crushed armed bandits and multiple suspects have been arrested on the spot. This news is spreading fast and everywhere people are talking about it, from the streets to the markets, even online. Now, sit down, relax, and stay with me because I'm going to take my time to gist you the full story of what happened, why it matters, how people are reacting, and also the bigger picture of security in Nigeria. And as I'm telling you, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel because here we always give you the real updates explained in a way everybody can understand. So what exactly happened in Kaduna? According to reports reaching us, security forces carried out a coordinated operation after receiving strong intelligence that a group of armed bandits were planning another attack. This time, the officers moved fast. They surrounded the area, engaged the suspects, and before the criminals could scatter, several of them were arrested right there on the spot. Weapons were recovered, motorcycles seized, and some materials that would have been used for kidnapping were also found. And let me tell you, my people, when this kind of thing happens, the people living in those communities always feel some relief because they are the ones who suffer most when these gangs are allowed to move freely. Now think about it. For so many years, villages and highways in Kaduna have been under the threat of these armed groups. Families have been kidnapped on their way to school, farmers attacked on their farmlands, traders held hostage. So when people hear that the bandits have been crushed and suspects arrested, it feels like a small victory, something to celebrate. That's why you are hearing the word jubilation, because people are dancing, smiling, saying finally the government is doing something. But at the same time, many are cautious. They know that one operation is not enough. There are still others out there, still other gangs hiding in the forests, and that is why residents always say, this action is good, but it must continue. Please, my people, if you are following, take 1 second now to like this video and subscribe. It helps us grow and it helps me bring you more of these gists every single day. Let us go a bit deeper. Who are these bandits that keep disturbing Kaduna? Many reports link them to criminal gangs that operate across the northwest. Some started from cattle rustling, some from armed robbery, and later they grew into big kidnapping syndicates. Because of poverty, unemployment, and weak control in rural areas, the gangs multiplied. In some cases, there are also tribal tensions where people feel excluded and then some criminal leaders take advantage. But please, my people, it is important to understand one thing clearly. Not every member of an ethnic group is a criminal. Not every Fulani man is a bandit. We must separate criminals from innocent people. That's why when the security forces arrest, they should be precise. They should target the suspects, not whole communities. And this time, they say it was targeted and successful, which is why the news is spreading fast with so much excitement. Now let's talk about what was recovered. The security operatives reportedly seized weapons, guns, ammunition, and communication gadgets. These are not small boys with sticks. They are organized. They have tools that can cause a real damage. Taking those weapons away is a big step because without arms, their power reduces. It also gives investigators a chance to trace where the weapons came from, who supplied them, and who is funding these groups. Because banditry is not just about the men you see in the forest. Behind them, there are bigger hands, people who buy weapons, people who collect ransom money. If those sponsors are not arrested too, the problem will continue. That is why Nigerians must keep demanding accountability, asking government to not just arrest the foot soldiers, but to go after the big men behind them. At this point, my viewers, I want to pause and remind you again. If you are enjoying this gist, please like this video right now and don't forget to subscribe. When you subscribe, you join a community that is focused on truths, on facts, and on understanding our society better. Now let's shift to the reactions. When the arrests happened, people in Kaduna were happy. They said finally they can breed. Imagine being a farmer and you are scared to go to your own farm because of bandits. Imagine being a parent and you cannot allow your child to go to school because of fear of abduction. Imagine traders who cannot take goods to market because the roads are unsafe. That fear is heavy. So when they hear that security forces have entered the forest, clamped down on suspects and taken them away, the first reaction is joy. People were calling family members, sharing the news online, thanking the operatives. But some also said, we need to see trials. We need to see prosecutions. We don't want them to be arrested today and released tomorrow. And that is a very important point. Justice must not just be done, it must be seen to be done. Another angle to this gist is the effect on other states. Kaduna is not alone. States like Zamfara, Katsina, Niger, Sokoto, they are all affected by these same gangs. So when Kaduna makes progress, people in those other states also feel encouraged. They start demanding the same action. They say, if Kaduna can get results, why not ours? That pressure helps push security forces to act in other places too. And this is why every operation matters. Because it builds confidence, it sets an example, it shows what is possible when there is willpower. But let's not pretend, my people. The road ahead is still long. These bandit groups are many. They hide in thick forests. They move quickly. And they sometimes have local informants. This means the fight must continue with both intelligence and community support. People must be willing to share information with authorities. Villagers must not protect criminals. Leaders must speak up, encourage cooperation. Because without information from the grassroots, security operatives cannot succeed. Please, once again, if you are watching and listening closely, do me that small favor. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let us keep building this platform where news is explained simply and clearly for all of us. Now, let me ask you, my viewers, what do you think should be the next step after this arrest? Should government focus more on punishing the suspects? Should they focus more on tracing their sponsors? Or should they put more resources into protecting villages and highways? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this gist is not complete without your own contribution. Another thing to consider is rehabilitation. Some of these young men in the forest were lured by poverty and lack of opportunities. While criminals must face justice, we also need solutions that give the next generation a reason not to join these gangs. Jobs, schools, community programs, they all matter. Because if society does not provide a path, some youths will continue to follow the wrong road. And let me say this, Kaduna is a state of great potential. It has universities, industries, farms, and a vibrant population. It deserves peace. It deserves safety. If security can be stabilized, Kaduna can become a hub of progress for the whole region. That's why people are jubilating today, because they know that every victory against banditry brings them one step closer to normal life. So, my people, that is the full gist for now. Security forces crushed the bandits, suspects arrested, weapons seized, people jubilating, but challenges still remain. We celebrate progress, but we continue to demand more. Let's all stay engaged, let's stay informed, and let's keep pushing for a safer Nigeria. And before you leave this video, please don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it so more people can stay updated with the truth. Now, my people, let us not just stop at this one arrest. To really understand why people in Kaduna are jubilating today, we must look back at the pain they have faced in the past. For many years now, families in Kaduna have lived with fear. You may remember when whole schools were attacked and children kidnapped in the middle of the night. Parents waited days, weeks, even months, begging for their children to return. Some families sold everything they had just to pay ransom. Some children never came back. That pain, my people, is still fresh. So when you hear today that security forces have crushed bandits and made arrests, it is not just ordinary news. It touches deep emotions. Mothers are saying, maybe now our children can sleep without fear. Fathers are saying, maybe now I can travel for work without my heart jumping every time I hear a sound on the road. Traders are saying, well, maybe we can go back to the highway to sell our goods. This is why there is jubilation. It is a release of long-held tension. And this is not just about Kaduna alone. Let me tell you, banditry has become one of the biggest problems in northern Nigeria. Villages have been burned, markets attacked, highways blocked, and thousands displaced. Sometimes when you drive on those major roads, you see checkpoints, you see soldiers, but still the fear remains. People want more than checkpoints. They want long-term safety. They want to wake up every day and know they are safe. That is what is at stake here. Now, if you are still with me, please pause for just 1 second. Hit the like button on this video right now and don't forget to subscribe. Your support is what keeps us going and allows me to bring you this gist every single day.